We know almost everybody in the top 8.
One left to go.
Almost. We have one remaining. That's correct. It's going to be Stormkubo versus Momochi. Now, Stormkubo did beat NL to start things off. A lot of people didn't think that was going to happen. And he did it. So he, even from the very start, has been kind of outperforming what a lot of people thought was going to happen. It's not because we thought he was weak. It was more he has lost in the past.
Well,
right? So there's like precedent for that.
Yeah, I thought, you know, Cammy Abigail was not a great matchup for Cammy, maybe even. But then I remember at final round, like NL blew up Stormkubo.
It was a blow up.
And I saw that and I was like, well, okay. So when the season first started, I was like, okay, maybe Abigail wins. And after I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, it's probably not that bad. But then that's why I expected NL to beat Stormkubo here.
Yeah,
you know?
agreed. But in any case, Stormkubo did beat NL. He then beat Punk. It was 3-2. Lost to Fujimura, but so has everybody else. And now there's one more game to decide whether or not he makes the top 8. Momochi has had to get through a pretty good gauntlet, I would say. He beat Oil King to start. He then lost very closely to Itazan, 3-2. And then he beat Mena RD, that was 3-2. He beat Tokido, that was 3-1. And now, one more match to see if he makes top 8.
That means he already beat, I mean, he already lost to one of the Abigails. Said he lost to Itazan,
that's right? That's right.
So,
and he played Ken in that matchup.
So I'm curious, is he going to go Ken again?
It seemed like a comfort thing. I don't know that that's the best
maybe
matchup per se.
Fierce uppercuts to beat the armor or something like that, you know? I'm not sure.
It didn't really come up. But that is something you can do, I guess. It's just, I think it's more about he's very comfortable with the character's movement. He's very comfortable with the character's pressure. It's just, it fits him. Or fits how he likes to play in any case.
And you know what would be interesting to me? Let's say Momochi does make it into the top 8. To see players like Cien and Momochi, who finished 1st and 2nd one year at Capcom Cup, you know, to see these two guys in top 8 again. Just, man, the talent and the consistency on some of these players is nuts.
Not easy.
Oh, but he's going to go Kolin against Stormkubo.
Okay, so maybe just the player thing then. Like I said, we saw Ken versus Itabashi Zengi, but it is Kolin now. At least at the start.
Okay, okay. Well, he hasn't locked quite in. Oh, okay, there we go. So Stormkubo is locked in. Momochi's still sitting here. But remember, guys, this is the last match of the night. But after this match is done, don't go anywhere. We are going to have a post-game show and talk to all of our boys at the desk and you know, and see what they have to say about what's happened here.
Now, we talked a lot about Momochi, his various results. He's won EVO, Capcom Cup, etc. Pretty good. Now, Stormkubo has also had a lot of success, and this year has actually been strong for him. He didn't have the big win, the overall #1, but he got top 8 at a ton of stuff, including at EVO Japan. So for him to make top 8 would not be weird at all. That's been much of the year for him. Why not again?
Okay, using that V skill to get in there for Momochi. And now he's going to be able to punish that. Yep. Still think it's very interesting that he's gone with 2 different characters versus the Abigails, but again, could be a knuckle-do-ish kind of thing in which you use the character that you feel like works against the player.
Exactly, I think that's true. So Momochi has the corner already, trying to get out. No!
Air throw. I mean, how do you take someone out of the air that's like 7 times your size?
I mean, how's he up in the air, right? Why not? In the first place.
Fair enough. Okay, that's going to do it right there. Oh, he doesn't even need...
No follow-up required. Momochi with a very strong first round.
Okay, okay.
With that big belt. He'd love to wear it himself, IRL.
Well, he has before. Wouldn't be new to him. Nice, gets the knockdown. No quick rise to avoid all that hail mix-ups. But you're going to get that combo right there off of the crouching medium kick.
Yeah. Pressure again. Again, we're worried about stun here for Stormkubo. It's not quite there, but very close. And it's there. Momochi, this game, absolute dominance.
Yeah,
and that's going to do it. Jeez. What a statement by Momochi.
Momochi is playing like Momochi from 2014, 2013 era right now. I feel like.
I mean, why not? Why not take it back to even in Street Fighter V earlier a couple of years ago? He was that dude.
That's true.
He was that dude for a while. In season 1, we thought he was the best at one point.
Right, and he was winning with Ken, who a lot of people are like, oh, not the best character, but you know, we kept talking about how Momochi turned Ken into what he wanted to
Yes.
play and stuff.
Yes.
And since then, he has really expanded to all these different characters. I'll be honest with you, I'm sad that we haven't seen Cody from him. But you know
yeah.
what? It's okay. It's
I've heard that
okay.
he'd like to do that, but just doesn't think it's credible.
Right. But here we go, Stormkubo already with a significantly better start than the previous round that he's had.
Because he's taking a third off?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
now he's got the
half,
corner.
yeah.
Yep. Got her.
Yeah.
No, not
No,
quite.
no.
Might as well input it. Might as well input it.
Yeah, exactly. Look at all that setup right there for the meaty. Oh, out of the air, and yeah, that would have parried a jump attack as well.
Kubo does have life.
See,
Yeah,
there
just
it
like you were
was,
talking
yeah.
about.
Kind of makes it hard because the one tough thing about Abigail is he's so low to the ground, so hard to find.
Can you keep it up?
Oh no!
Well, he
got
actually
out of the
could
way.
have if he had thought to do down short into stand jab, but that's not the mix-up he was going for. He wanted the command grab.
Oh, but Momochi was able to block in time. Momochi, okay, skates on in there, spends basically the rest of his V trigger. But
That mobility is a big threat.
Stormkubo has that full. Oh, he got the jump in at the right timing. Okay, what's the setup here? Probably not going to go for the air throw. Spends as much meter as he can to get the damage down to 0 life. Oh,
The tech, very important. Can he get anything else?
oh man.
Oh, no, he didn't do super? He didn't go for the chip. I can't believe it.
No, now
There it
he
is,
did
there
it,
it
but
is,
did he
there it
miss it?
No, no,
oh,
that's
okay,
fine,
okay,
that's
okay, okay. Because it wasn't a cancel.
is. He didn't do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he
but
could have.
I don't think there was anything that Kolin could have did. In
No,
that
she was
situation.
gone.
Yeah.
It's an expensive way to do it, but, you know,
Yeah.
you do it.
Half of me was thinking almost that, you know, Kolin could have parried it, but no, you can't parry
Nah.
super. You can't parry super. That was the initial reaction. Man, he is just using that V skill as anti-air so consistently. You gotta wonder yourself why he didn't pick this character against Itazan.
I'd love to ask. Yeah, I want to know what in particular. I'm sure it is the player rather than the character.
Ooh, okay.
Not quite the stun.
Oh,
Got
that's
her?
Yeah, that's got her. Okay, so here we go. Stormkubo on the board now. Taking 2 in a row like that, so that super spent was very worth it.
Oh, yeah. Taking the game. Again, he's made top 8 at many, many events. And I remember when he made top 8 at EVO Japan that he was up, if I recall correctly, 2-0 on Tokido, and I thought he was looking strong. Of course, Tokido ended up coming back, but you know, there was a moment there.
Zoning both of them with the good buttons. I mean, I talked about Colin's standing heavy punch a while ago, but really kind of negated by Abigail's range, you know?
It's really hard to challenge. It's hard to whip punish as well. It's part of the strength of the character. Dashing in, but Momochi doesn't let it slide. He's ready.
Okay, going for that overhead, and then just continuing the pressure right afterwards. Here we go into the corner, always setting up for that neutral jump. Backs off. He's out of there.
Trigger's ready. And anytime he could burst in.
That's the scariest thing is like because Kolin has those counters that she can cancel into from normals, it makes the unblockables from Abigail less effective and a little more scary to use.
That's true. Didn't walk enough. Momochi had walked out himself. Got the pressure opportunity here in the corner. And Stormkubo just playing it patiently. He knows he's got so much damage potential available to him. Momochi putting up a good wall. Look at this!
Wow, he tried to double down. Oh, too far. And that means Momochi is going to take that round. Okay.
Interesting, you know, he dashed up for that V skill. He has seen Momochi react a lot of the time with jabs to dashing up. So I understand the idea, but I don't know if Momochi was expecting that. Like, was he ready for that? Or did he just not think the challenge in that situation?
That's the worst part about it is like you see them do that because they're ready for it every time. And then the one time you actually do it, they weren't ready and they get scared. Yeah. And you're like, dang it, every other time you were ready. Why were you caught by surprise this time?
Yeah.
Such a common thing that happens in fighting games. Okay. Oh.
V-skilling in. Momochi, I really like the style. It's back and forth a lot. It's at a range that's a little tough for Abigail to do stuff at. Oh, that was good. You know, you can just never count out that fierce. Oh, man.
Wow. Just going to spend the meter right now, give himself as much of a life lead as possible. And if he can win this round, a ton of time to build back a lot of meter.
That's true, too, yeah. Activation comes.
Okay, he's in.
So does his.
All right.
It's not enough, but very close.
Big damage. Oh, you're not countering me. I'm just gonna just basically slam you to the floor.
Well, I like it because as you were talking about, she does have tools to deal with his annoying buttons and even his guard breaks. So, you know, I get why Momochi was looking for that, but Stormkubo was a step ahead. Punish comes. No, we didn't get the link, and that's unfortunate. Momochi taking advantage here.
That's going to be some good damage right there, but a lot of meter spent right there for Momochi. But he gets the hit anyway, and now close to stun.
Yeah, just like that, man. What a swing. Stormkubo had a big lead, and now he's in trouble. It's the stun.
Just barely. So here we go. What's the follow-up here?
Yeah.
Okay, going to go for the sweep into the hands.
Activation, big plus. Got the hit. Saving stuff. This time, what if he had done dash up B-skill?
You're right.
This time.
See? Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, okay, so now you're not ready for it. Oh, man. But yeah.
Momochi's so good, and he's looking so strong. I love his neutral game. He's staying at a very safe spot, but it's also a spot where, because of her mobility, especially with Trigger, she can be in his face all of a sudden.
The craziest thing about it is Momochi just really, I mean, I feel like he quietly slipped into Capcom Cup, like not a lot of people
he didn't go to that many
it.
things.
Yeah, and then now he's quietly going to make his way in the top 8, you know, kind of thing. But, you know, it's not over yet. Not over yet.
No, it's not.
But he is looking good right now. Look at this right now, the pressure. How often do you see Abigail get sent to the corner by the opponent character, you know? Usually people are so scared to go at him, but Momochi has had no fear so far to this character. And again, there it is, that using the V skill to counter the jumps.
Yeah, you can see he's so ready for things that it doesn't seem like there's much need for him to be scared.
Right.
This time held it, but out of the air.
And then the buttons right there on wake up from Momochi, catching Stormkubo by surprise. Here comes that pressure in the corner, no throw attempts. Okay, see, that's what you want to do. He tried to empty jump last time.
The hard combo! The hard combo! Look at this, man! Okay, that's one way to deal with that. Puts an end to all that stuff.
Oh, no throws. Oh, finally the throw, and Momochi is at match point to get in the top 8 of Capcom Cup once again. He was so dominant in the Street Fighter 4 period, so dominant early on in Street Fighter 5. What an opportunity for him here to re-cement himself as one of just the absolute greatest players in this game. Wow, wake up regular back throw for Stormkubo.
A lot of patience here by Momochi. Again, it's not really the kind of matchup where you're going to whiff punish many things as Kolin. It's just hard to do that versus Abigail.
Yeah, even with their great buttons. Yeah. Even with their great, well, never mind.
No, I mean, like it's literally possible. It's just, you don't get as much out of doing that as you do in many other matchups.
Exactly. And Momochi, we talked about it earlier, one of the best at whiff punishing ever.
That was good, although didn't cancel with that big stand strong. Man, talk about 1/3 screen buttons, half screen down strong.
Oh,
he's skilling through. He's looking strong. He has super on deck. He's a big threat right now.
They both are right now. They both got all. Oh my God!
That's one way to get through it.
Momochi with the raw critical art, 300 and some damage.
Yep.
The armor, but that means no super.
That's true.
That means no super.
That's true. But if he finds the right hit, takes this round right now anyway.
Doesn't even matter.
Yep. But can he find it? Because the way Momochi's been playing has limited that so much.
Oh,
the guard crush comes. He needs something else. Got the hit.
EX Abigail.
Staying alive. Not over quite yet.
It's never over till it's over. Never over till it's over, baby.
Presenting a whole bunch of different anti-airs. There's another one.
Oh, okay.
You know, Momochi hasn't really jumped that often. It's been mostly ground control for him.
Ooh.
So Stormkubo taking advantage as much as he could, and he'd love to keep moving forward. He'd love to push her into the corner. Momochi walking backwards. He can only walk so far before it really gets to the bad spots.
So this round is looking all Stormkubo right
now.
Yeah.
But it could change very fast. One of the best V-triggers in the game just activated. Here comes Kolin.
V-skill gets knocked down, cancels into the spike so he can get some pressure on the wake up.
Punt! I think we could have had a short or a jab.
Oh boy, here we go. Into the sweep. Nope. Yeah, okay, there we go. Spend some meter for some extra damage.
Again, Momochi has the life lead. Again, he's got positional advantage too. And it feels, okay, so Stormkubo, big
Got him
spot.
out of the air into the critical art. So he's going to be right there.
It's the next mix-up. Really could be either way on this one. There it is! Stormkubo staying alive. It's 2-2. Oh, what else can you say? What else can you say? That, look, he knows either way. If Momochi had jumped out of that,
He's dead.
that was it.
Yep.
Capcom Cup is over. The year's over.
Right.
But because he was right, he gets to stay
Yep.
alive and keep on chugging.
It's like, which one are you going to go for?
Keep on riding that big Canadian car.
And now it's 2-2, so we're at the final game. Oh, and a crouching Abigail. That is one of the problems of a tall opponent, is that you're so used to trying to hit them in the head early on that if they're crouching, it just misses them. See Momochi trying to predict the poke timing with that V skill for the counter again.
He's been pretty good about it.
Yeah, he hasn't missed much.
Yeah.
There it is again. Oh, letting him get the flip in there.
There had been so few. Man, I feel like Stormkubo is more active right now. He's controlling a lot more.
And Momochi
Seven
seems
back
to be
fierce.
obsessed with that V skill all of a sudden.
It does
It's
seem like
almost
too much, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, he's got the corner now after some pretty good damage, and he makes good use of that. Here he comes. Activate, you're so advantaged. Here comes Stormkubo. He goes for the hard stuff.
Oh,
No!
drops it, because it would have killed if he had gotten it. He had all the meter for the EX Abigail punch. Oh, boy.
Momochi's got the corner.
Oh, the
and
delay.
hit.
The delay on it.
It's not quite enough, so
Jump.
close.
Oh, the armor, but did he know?
Yikes.
Is that just the counter
Yikes.
that he knows? Because he had that reaction instantly, and he avoided the flip entirely.
He did, he definitely did. It's match point Momochi trying to get in the top 8. Okay,
Just dashed into the last few active frames of that.
really harassing here. Gotta look for the V skill, maybe. There it was, and he knew exactly when it was coming.
Yep. Abigail punch into the corner. The air to air.
He
Oh,
walked forward so
just
far with
went
Momochi.
for it.
Oh, of all times to jump, he knew exactly what was coming right there. He's got the pressure. The trigger activates. Which side?
The worst part about that whole setup was that it put him in the corner to get mixed up like that.
Backdashing, super important. It's not quite
Well,
stunned.
the
So
stun,
close.
there it is.
There you go.
Okay, but you know what? Gonna be a lot of damage he needs to do here, and it's definitely not gonna kill.
No, not quite yet. Very close, though. Very similar situation to last round.
Oh, and now
And he's
back up.
outside of there. He got it! Momochi dances right in on those ice skates. And he ends up getting it, the grab, to close out Stormkubo's Capcom Cup and to make top 8 for himself.
And I can hear Choco Blanca screaming all the way from over here. Definitely happy for Momochi making it in the top 8. Momochi re-solidifying himself as one of the world's greatest here at Capcom Cup.
It is very weird, but he's not somebody that we've talked a ton about.
Yeah,
And you know, if you look over his results, he never did badly. It was just that, or rarely did badly in any case, but he just didn't travel quite as much as typically you see from him. So it's not something that we thought about as often as we typically would. He got 9th, 4th, 5th at a bunch of stuff. Top 8 at, looks like 4 premieres, doing math very quickly off the top of my head. That's great. That's a great year. But just because of what we've expected out of Momochi and the fact that we didn't see him at everything means that we just didn't think about him in the same way that we often would. But there he is in top 8 for Capcom.